Hi, welcome to Room to Grieve podcast. We're your hosts, Karen and Bec. Grab yourself a cuppa, find a comfortable spot, and we'll journey through grief together.
Good evening.
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Not too bad. Going to see you in real life in a few days.
Are we excited?
Yes.
Have you tidied up for me coming?
Not yet. It will be done,
Well,
but not yet.
Oh, good, very good. Now, are you tidying up for me coming because it coincides with a house viewing?
Yeah, but we'll
Right.
make out it's for you.
Right, okay, that's all right.
You can feel honoured.
Oh, good. Well, if I look like I've been dragged through a hedge, I've just come back from a physiotherapy session.
You don't. I was going to say your skin's looking very glowy. Have we got
joking? I
have we
haven't
got
even
a
got
news?
makeup on. No, it's because I've got this skin condition that I'm on antibiotics for, and I've also got this wash that I have to use, so I don't use soap anymore. Oh my God, it's really, really having, because I had being my age, all these age-related lumps and bumps. They're going.
Yeah, you can tell your skin looks lovely.
Because
what is it?
I didn't. I don't know. It's Spanish because I didn't like the one that got in England, so I bought one. I'll get you on. So I've had this lump on my eye on there, and I decided to razor it off because it was annoying, and that caused a bit of damage. But then I had the same one there, and it was too near my eyeball to razor it off. So my friend said, she said, "Oh, it's only on the surface." She said, "All you have to do is sort of massage it." She said, "It means your eye cream is too heavy." I didn't like telling her I don't actually use eye cream or anything like that, because that'd be just too much, making too much of an effort, which I'll talk about in a bit. Anyway, it's gone. It's like this cream, I had like little lumps and bumps that had been there for years, and they're just going. I'm like,
Your skin looks good.
Yeah, get in.
Yeah, it looks very smooth and shiny. It looks nice.
I think it's I've probably got a bit of a temperature and all, and glowing.
Okay.
I've got loads of cushions here propping me up because of my bad back. But at least I've not got lumps and bumps on my face. Can't have everything.
What did the physio say today?
Inflammation, so it's all connected to my immune system and things that are going wrong internally. He said I have got very good and very bendy, apparently, which has pleased my husband no end. I don't know why. Just don't get in. Oh, talking of husbands, doing my head in.
Why?
Because he's paid full price for Duolingo to learn Spanish.
Rob don't pay full price for anything, so what's
going
on?
I know. So he wants his money's worth.
Right.
I wake up in the morning and he's Duolingo in. I go downstairs to get my coffee because he's not brought me one up, and he's Duolingo in. He is constant, right? But he's got a very broad accent, as you know. A proper Stalybridge accent like that. And so he's doing this Spanish. And he's really good at one word, disculpe. Like that. He says that because that's how the man says it, which means excuse me. And every now and then, disculpe. And then he's going, una, dos, tres. It's like, so, Rob, get with the, get a little bit of accent with it. Oh, I can't do the accent as well, he says. He's constant. He's absolutely constant. Talk about it. He is definitely getting his money's worth. And
right, so he's only going to be speaking to us in Spanish at the weekend.
Yes, he will only speak in Spanish.
Right, I know very little Spanish.
Right, well, you better get practicing.
Yeah.
It's going to be very quiet. Just turn your hearing aids off. Yeah, so like I say, he's definitely getting his money's worth, and it's nice to see, actually, but he is doing
it. Giving him something to focus on, and distraction.
We've needed massive amounts of distraction.
Yeah.
We've not been good. It's been very, very difficult. And for some stupid reason, at weekend, as you know, I decided to sort out Emily's room. It wasn't, I didn't get up in the morning and think, oh, right, I'll do Em's room.
Okay.
I didn't even think about it. I started tidying elsewhere and sort of moved into Emily's room, not by accident, but because I knew there were other things there that needed sorting of mine. So when I was there, it sort of was a natural progression to carry on. And on the Saturday, I was okay. I did it, and I sort of did it without thinking because I was on a roll. Do you know what I mean? I'd cleaned out the wardrobes on our floor, and I'd even done spider cupboard. We did it with a great big long hoover. One of us was on spider watch while the other one moved the boxes out. Got this great big pile to take away with us, and 8 bags, massive bags to the tip. Some bags ready for Josie to give her stuff. That's what started it. There was a Taylor Swift blanket in one of our cupboards it's brand new. It's beautiful. It's really, really soft. And I thought, oh, Josie, my niece, who's got Roxy, we're going to visiting Roxy, but she will love this. So I asked her if she wanted it. Obviously, she wanted it because it was Em's. And I thought, oh, Emily's dress was there that she wore for Maddie's butterflies for the ball. And I just texted, would you want, because Josie went to that ball, I said, would you wear Emily's red dress? Definitely. So I put that with the Taylor Swift thing. Then I found some Taylor Swift pajamas that she'd got sent a load of Taylor Swift stuff from the manager. And a letter, like things from Taylor Swift herself, which was lovely. And I thought, they're just here, wasted in a drawer, and Emily would want Josie to have them.
Okay.
So Josie's pile got bigger and bigger. And I know the last time she came to see him, she was trying her wigs on, so I thought I'll put her wigs in there as well. And then I made a pile for Miriam, another member of our family, and I thought Miriam would like these, so I got her a few bags. And it was like, it was okay. It was all right.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's okay. It was okay.
Yeah. And then Sunday, I thought, well, I'll carry on.
Oh.
And I couldn't. I went into the bedroom, and it wasn't the stuff. It wasn't the things. It wasn't the clothes. It was, I didn't even open a door where I've got all her art stuff in and the things that she made and stuff. I didn't even open that. But I think it was the grief of Lynn has awakened things that I've buried. Deep feelings of sadness that I've buried. And on Sunday, they all come to the surface. And I just sat in a bedroom and I was moving things from one place to another, and I wasn't getting anywhere. I was just literally crying. And I've cried and cried for hours and hours. And Rob he said, why are you in here? Leave it. Just leave it. I said, I can't leave it. I said, I've started it now. He said, yes, you can. It's not going anywhere. And it's the things I would say. It's things that I would say to you. Walk away. Pick another time. It doesn't matter. But I'd got into such a state that I couldn't see that. I was totally overwhelmed, totally and utterly distraught. And I just couldn't move out of the room for a start.
But that's okay.
So that was the weekend. It was shit.
So how's Emily's room left now? Have you still got to go and finish it?
It's tidy. There's another great big massive bag for Miriam of clothes and stuff, which I know she'll love. It was some of the things that actually Miriam had bought, like an AC/DC t-shirt. Well, I'm never going to wear that. And things, but things like she must have had 20 pairs of socks. You can pick. You need to get real. I know, and I think, but these have all got cats on. There were little cats on them, and then a cat pajamas, and they've been really good. I wouldn't say I've been ruthless, but I've been sensible and realistic.
That's good.
On the Saturday, and I mean, I've washed most of the things, because they smell a bit stuffy and they've just been in a drawer. And I've ironed them. I've ironed pajamas.
How did you feel like? I know, like, because obviously Simon and Zachary and Sydney, they all still wear Bradley's clothes, and I don't know if I like it or hate it when I see him on the line.
Well, they weren't on the line, they were on the radiators. And on the Saturday, I didn't think one thing about it. And I was turning them over, and then ironing them, putting them in each individual pile for wherever they was being distributed to. I'll be straight back in a wardrobe, some of the things. And Sunday I did. So Saturday I could see them on the radiator.
Yeah.
But Sunday I sobbed. There's no rhyme or reason, is there?
No.
With this grief shit.
No. And the fact that you can see that, I
can now.
Yeah.
Like we're on Wednesday. When Wednesday? Yeah.
I think
Wednesday
so.
today, yeah. I couldn't have seen it on the Monday. Monday I was still crying.
Do you feel better for crying?
Yes.
It was just something you needed then,
Usually
wasn't it?
I don't, and I get the blinding headache, and I think I needed it.
That's good.
I needed it, and it's like yesterday I'd said, because in a cupboard, one of the cupboards, I found all these pink pom-poms that she'd been making and rolls of wool, and I thought, my mum can have them pom-pom little maker things and the wool, so I put that in Miriam's pile. And in that bag was 4 pairs of scissors, right? The scissors that she had denied having. And I remember saying, Em, have you got any scissors in your room? No. Are you sure? Do you think you might have some? Because I'll go and look. No. And they were there. And I can laugh now and smile. But I'm telling, Rob said, where's all these scissors come from? And I went, they were in Buggerlugs's room. This was just in the kitchen yesterday as I was making tea. And I just started sobbing again. Just mentioning a room.
Yeah.
And usually I wouldn't cry like that. And especially in front of Niall, because Niall was sat there.
Oh, okay. But that's good. That feels like a big step forward, actually. I know you're saying it as in, like, it was it felt traumatic, but it actually feels like a really positive from my,
Whoa, hang on a minute. What have you done to Bec? Bec does not like positivity. Who are you?
No.
Who is this person?
No, but that does sound like you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I have achieved something. I have sorted more than
we've
half
both
of the
avoided.
clothes. And
I think we've both avoided that whole big meltdown. And it sounds like you're being a little bit braver with that. And that's probably something you need.
Yeah, I definitely needed. I didn't just need to cry. I needed to share my tears.
Yeah.
And it needed to be with Rob, no matter how much I upset him. And I didn't care that Niall saw it as well.
That's good.
It needed to come out because I felt like it had all been building up and it couldn't build anymore.
Yeah. It's that whole thing with grief, isn't it? That it makes you stop and do what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eventually it catches up with you. You can't keep running from it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel awful saying I wasn't grieving for Lynn. Lynn, I would say, is what's triggered it. But I am definitely missing Emily so much. And I was crying for Emily. And I don't think Lynn would expect anything else.
No. Wasn't that a conversation we had with Megan Riordan Jarvis, didn't she say like it's something to do with the brain rewires itself during grief, and then when something of a similar nature happens, your brain goes back to that,
to your first loss,
that remembered sort of pathways, if you like, and that's what your brain's doing. Your brain is now recognizing Lynn's loss as Emily's loss.
Yes, yeah, it is.
And so now you're
100% right. That lady was right.
Yeah, so now you're having to deal with that all over again to learn these new pathways to cope again now with a double loss.
Yeah.
It's like you go back to the beginning, isn't it? And you rebuild that road. It's weird.
And do you know what else? I don't know if anybody else does this. I don't know whether you do this. Something triggered it off. I was actually coming back, went for lunch with Doris, this celebrant, and we was talking about an optician. And I just said, my mum needs that name for that optician. You reminded me of this particular guy. And I said, he was so good with Emily. I said, when we had to, as an emergency, because they couldn't fit her in for a scan, they told us to take her for an eye test when the tumour came back. And I said, he was so lovely, that man. I said, and he asked me to let him know how Emily was. And we was talking about him. And then this was like a week ago. And then yesterday, I replayed all the conversations in my head that I had with that optician 2.5 years ago.
Oh, I do that daily.
Why do we do that?
I do that daily. For me at the minute, it is conversations walking from the car to the physio and the whole physio lesson. You know, the whole thing.
Whose physio lesson?
Bradley's,
right.
Yeah.
And then do you change and go to something else?
Yeah.
So what triggers it? What has triggered it to get to the physio conversation?
Nothing. Just a random memory pops in my head.
Right.
And a really random memory, but like you say, so vivid.
Oh, yeah. It was like that. It was like yesterday.
It was like a movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Word for word. And it's like stored somewhere in your memory banks, and it just comes up.
Yeah. Sometimes it'll be like a car journey. And, our car journeys to the hospital were an hour or so long. So it'll be the whole conversations that we had in the car journey. Yeah, and I can remember word for word everybody says. And it just plays on repeat in my head every day. We used to go past, on our hospital journey, we'd go through an area, and they had like these second-hand shops on the left-hand side that always had like sofas out, even if it was raining. And Rob used to it was always like there were lights there, so we'd slow down and he'd go, does anybody want any shit? And it used to really make Emily laugh. And we drove past it the other week. Yeah. And again, it's the memory, isn't it, that comes into your head? Yeah. Yeah. I know that's going off a little bit what you're talking about, but I just thought of it. So I had to tell him before it went out of my head. Yeah, no, that's normally my problem. No, it really is. But yeah, that happens to me all of the time. All of the time. And it's like controlling your head. A new topic each week. And it's really weird. And it's like, why that? Yeah. It's not the big things. It goes through your head until you've exhausted it, or until something's replaced it. I think until something replaces it. Right. I don't understand why, but yeah, I've always done that. Yeah. Like just ruminate on certain topics. It's bizarre. Yeah. It's strange as well because of what you was going through a few weeks ago. If you remember when you had to go and pick your mum's dog up and take it to the groomers, and just hang on.
My mum's ringing me. So unprofessional. Mum, stop ringing me when I'm recording. Yeah, when you were saying I think you had to drop Morgan off, and then you had to take your mum's dog to the groomers, and you had a meeting, and how overwhelmed you was. I'm like that at the moment, so I've got a lot less on, supposedly a lot less on, and I think it's because why I'm getting overwhelmed as much, because it's not because I'm a control freak, but all the things that I'm overwhelmed with, the things I haven't got control in. Like I've been waiting for BT. We're trying to close our telephone business account. I've been waiting for BT since 6 days now to ring me back, and I've emailed them twice and I've rang twice, and they still haven't rang me back with a decision on something. And I can't go forward. I can't give the final invoice then to the accountant, and I can't close the VAT. And do you know what I mean? Everything that I'm trying to do, I've only got 3 things to do. But those 3 things have all snowballed because nobody's come back to me.
Yeah.
So I haven't got any control over any of these things.
Yeah, and I think that's what that week, going back to when that week, it wasn't that, because like I said to you, when I was driving back from Mum's, I was thinking, you absolute frigging Fruit Loop, like, what the fucking hell was stressful about any of that, and you just think, like, you need to get a grip. But I think what it was that I'd planned part of that day already in my control, and then last minute, Mum threw that, oh my God, and she was panicking, because with my mum's anxiety and stuff, because obviously my mum doesn't cope with stuff very well because she doesn't have great capacity and stuff, and she was in complete meltdown that the dog groomer that was supposed to pick him up had let her down. And that kind of then rubbed off on me. And then I think it was the fact that I had no control over the fact that I didn't know what dog groomer my mum's dog was going to. I didn't know what time. And the times that my mum gave me didn't fit around my meeting. So I needed to shift them up 15 minutes. But I'd emailed 3 different dog groomers and said, do you have a dog called Cody in tomorrow? And they were like, no. And then I was starting to get panicky. And obviously my mum doesn't have great capacity. So I'm trying to ask my mum what the dog groomers are called, and she has no idea. So then I'm thinking, how the fucking hell am I going to find a
How does she know the dog needs grooming if she's got? Can you not just tell her it's big?
Weird things like that she can really fixate on, but to ask her,
I'd just comb the dog's hair and take it so it's been done. She wouldn't know.
The dog, right, is a Bichon Frise, and it's the whitest thing you've ever seen. I went and picked it up.
But she's losing her eyesight.
Well, I know. Well, I went and picked the dog up, and it was grey, and I was like, has a dog...
You didn't take the wrong dog, did you?
Well, I was like, is the dog just got old? I mean, he's about 10, and I was like, oh, okay, well, perhaps the dog's just a bit manky. And I took it down to the groomers. When I picked it up, this dog was fucking blinding white, and the woman went, is your mum okay? And I was like, no, she's deteriorating quite a lot. She's like really quite blind now. And she was like, yeah, the dog had a lot of stuff all on his back, like someone had just dropped things on him. I was like, my mum wouldn't have a clue whether food was going in her mouth, not in her mouth, and if the dog's standing under her to catch food and it all falls in his fur, apparently he was just full of all my mum's dinners. Like,
oh, he don't need washing then. Just
needs Kevin to come along and eat it all out of him.
Yeah, give yourself a bit of slack.
But yeah, that for me all just felt stressful in the fact that there was so much in that then gave me stuff I couldn't control, like, and stuff I hadn't planned for, and it just threw my plans out.
Yeah.
And I think that's all it was, is that it just disrupted everything.
It's like we think we can't do anything, don't we?
Yeah.
We think we're not capable, but we are. We just have to pick and choose what we can do at the moment.
I mean, I've done quite a lot this week, but I planned it. And I felt in control of it, and it's felt quite manageable until today, when then new things got dropped in. And it was like, can you fit in 2 more house viewings? Well, hang on a minute, I didn't plan for them. It's almost like I've got a bit of, like Morgan has autism, and, everything's very routine. It's like I've got a little bit of autism all of a sudden. And, you throw my routine out and I'm screwed.
Yeah, a bit like that, because I had to get On the government gateway, just tell you this quickly, for the VAT, for HMRC, you had to log on to that and then get a password, and it's time sensitive. So the password was originally going to Lynn's computer. And all of a sudden, it wasn't coming up on Lynn's computer. Lynn's husband was involved. So there was me, the accountant, Lynn's husband, and then the people that bought our business as well were all involved to try and get this code and try and type right.
Yeah.
And apparently it was going to the old telephone number, and it was a voice message with a password. And if you didn't answer within the first so many rings, it cut off. And then you had to reapply for, to do it again.
Yeah.
So the accountant said he's got to answer at 4:30. So I said, well, what have he said he was on the phone to a customer. He couldn't answer.
Yeah.
So I rang him back and said, right, just forget your customers a minute. I need that number. And it was the only way I could do it. So all them people were involved for us just to get a 6-digit code. So,
it feels a lot, doesn't it?
Oh, that was so stressful. And that was just for one of the things that I needed.
Yeah.
But that, once it was done, it was one of my 3 things on my list. I'm like, oh my God, I've got 2 things now to sort out, like the other 2 things. And I went into a spiral and I thought, stop it. Just listen to yourself. You've dealt with 102 things per day. You've only got 2 things to deal with. And there's no time limit on them.
Yeah.
Other than financial things that I have to keep paying for them until we've sorted it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying my hardest to chill and keep things in perspective. And knowing at the moment, I'm just not really coping with everything as well as I can usually, or I have been able to.
And then do you find that really frustrating because you've obviously retired, and in your head, in my head, if I retire, I'll be thinking, fucking lovely, peaceful. Yet I would now, if I imagine in your shoes, would feel so fucking stressed that I'm not at peace.
Yes.
Like, even
it's
that
not
just in
fair.
itself.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
No.
Because even that expectation hasn't happened in the way that you...
No.
Yeah,
No.
that would drive me insane.
Yeah, it's driving me insane. I don't need room. Just overwhelmed. Overwhelmed with everything that we haven't got time to do what we want to do. Like you work full time. We can't just stop working. You can't just stop working. I know I have, but I've still other things going on.
Yeah.
But financially, we would love to just do our Room to Grieve and our Be Forever stuff and all that. That's all we want to do in life.
Yeah.
And we can't do it.
But
So
there's 2 driving factors to that. Yeah, it's because we're overwhelmed and we don't have the ability to we both go into shutdown every time we try and attempt to do something. And like you say, we still have to work, If I don't do anything with any of that, then I've still got 20 years of working.
Yeah. And you can't have that. We've got to sort something.
And so I can't let my career go either.
No. You've got to
so
try
I have to
and
keep that horrible balance. Yeah. It's like,
I'm not saying anything about the word balance. I think you've had too many lectures on that in the past. But yeah, it's we just have to keep going, don't we?
Well, it's a bit like, I think I've come to some sort of, and I've been trying all day to think of the right word to tell you what I mean. And it's not acceptance and it's not inner peace. It's just some sort of, I don't know what the word is, but I'm trying not to. No, I'm not trying. I'm not acknowledging my grief as much. And I've realised that actually, that if I don't just feel sad all day, and if I don't need to feel guilty for not feeling sad, because actually I don't feel any different. I still miss Bradley just as much. All of that still makes me cry just as much.
Yeah.
And actually it's just become a choice now for me, for it not to be a constant thing that I think of all day long, because I think I was so worried of losing all of that in the beginning because of that would mean I was losing Bradley, but I'm kind of realising that it's making no fucking difference.
No.
And there was a thing that I heard, and this really resonated for me. And I know that you'll think I'm just crazy because it's a very me thing. But I keep saying to you all the time, like, what's the point in life? And I read something the other day, and it kind of made me go, okay, that's fine then. I'll accept it. And it said, you never watch a movie or read a book or listen to a song just for the last sentence. You listen to that song to enjoy the whole of it.
Right, that's very deep.
And when you think...
Makes sense.
Yeah. And that just sparked something in me.
Because if you don't, you're spoiling the book or the movie or the song.
Yeah.
Because how do you know how you don't know how the movie's going to pan out. You don't know.
No. And for me, I love music. And to listen to a song, I know how pissed off I get if somebody just plays the beginning or the end of a song. I have to start it again. And I just think you don't get that in life. You get one chance to listen to your song.
Yeah. What if somebody asking for a friend here is watching a film and has to Google the end of the film or read the last page of the book?
This book hasn't been finished written yet, so you can't.
Right, okay.
So that you can't Google the ending. Because the ending isn't there yet.
Okay.
So you have no choice but to just watch the film.
Okay. But we do have a choice how we watch it. We do have a choice if we throw ourselves into the film.
Yeah.
And
how wholeheartedly you give yourself to it. Yeah.
Or do we watch the film and read a book or play on the iPad at the same time? So we're not fully putting ourselves through the film.
Yeah.
There
and
you
I
go.
think, but that's okay, isn't it?
Yeah, because sometimes the film is too much and you need to lessen it. You need to dilute it. You need to dilute your life sometimes. And that by doing that, you use your coping mechanisms when the film gets rough. Yeah, should we say
my
that?
music plays in the background sometimes, and sometimes I dance around singing to it at the top of my voice. And that's okay.
Yeah.
And I know but that for me kind of really answered my what's the point in life question.
Right. I'm glad about that, and I'm glad you've shared that because I was getting to feel the same way about you, like you. What is the point?
What's the point?
Because on Sunday, that's one of the things I kept saying. What is the point? What is the point? And I've never said that.
But I never meant it in a. I say it all the time. I don't mean it in a
No.
oh my God, but it just felt like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah. Oh, I know. I know exactly what you mean, how it felt.
Yeah. But that just really helped me kind of think, yeah, okay, I get that.
So we'll carry on making the choices that we're making and we'll carry on trying to do stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have just actively, as a choice, been choosing to be a lot quieter and a lot more internalised with my grief. And for me, at the minute, that's working, I guess. I don't really talk about it. I don't really...
So it's not that you're burying it and you don't want to talk about it because it'll upset you?
No, because I do still have my moments where I cry.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here's a big question. Here's the test.
Yeah.
Bradley's car. Have you come to terms with that yet? Is that a work in progress?
Yeah, I mean, I do feel less angry about the car. But I'm still not prepared to have conversations with anybody else over it.
Right. Well, that's your choice, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. Because in our household, I know that they will never see it from my point of view and I will never see it from theirs. So for me, it's conversations that are really it's just, what's the point in saying something and causing, I'm a firm believer in that I can't lie, and I'm a firm believer in things that you say you can't take back. So I just don't need to say them.
Yeah. Okay. But inside, has the turmoil lessened because of that? Because you've come to terms with the fact that there's no point in having those conversations. Are you happier in yourself over
I feel less
making that
angry.
decision? Right. Well,
I
that's
feel
something.
less angry, but I do still feel disappointed that
you have to make those decisions.
I feel and this sounds like a crazy thing to say, and please don't think that I'm one of these weird furry people or whatever, but I feel sad that my relationship with the car has changed in terms of I don't feel as excited or attached to the car in the same way that I did.
Okay.
That's what feels disappointing.
Right. We can work on that, can't you?
Yeah. But I don't want to yet.
No. When you're ready, you can work on that.
Yeah.
Say we just put all these obstacles up to ourselves and time restraints as if we should be at this stage now, we should be doing that, and why we're going backwards, and it's what grief is. It's what we talk about week in, week out.
Yeah.
There's no timetable to it, is there?
No, and it's just weird how it all changes. And I definitely feel like, I don't know how long I'm going to stay here, by the way, but at the moment I feel like I'm shifting into a different dimension with it slightly in terms of, it's not the biggest thing. My grief doesn't feel the biggest thing in my life. Bradley's loss is still the biggest thing in my life. But talking with and about and just feeling my grief all the time doesn't feel the biggest thing. I don't really know how to explain it. It makes no difference to how I feel about the fact that Bradley's not here.
No.
It's just, I don't feel so consumed by it, I think.
Well, that's good. That's really good.
But I'm also aware that it's probably not going to be a lasting place to be. So I'm just trying to enjoy it
just enjoy it while you can. Yeah. It's like getting inner peace, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the turmoil, the volume on the turmoil, internal turmoil button has gone down.
Yes.
You don't know when it's going to be shoved back up. So just while it's down, enjoy it. Put your music on, dance to your music, sing to your music.
And and that's how I know that things are a lot different for me, because when I'm really struggling, I can't listen to music. And I live for my music.
Yeah.
And when Bradley died, it was something that took me a good year to be able to listen to music again.
And then it was only certain music.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying music
it's like a new freedom, really, isn't it? Freedom, enjoying
I've discovered a new couple of artists that I like in the last couple of months, and that for me, they're the first new people that I have listened to since Bradley died.
Right.
So that's massive for me.
Yeah.
In that I'm venturing into new music again. That feels like some of the old things that I allowed myself to like are coming back.
Yeah.
Which I missed.
Yeah.
And they're not directly linked to Bradley either.
No,
so
but it's bad enough you're missing him anyway. We shouldn't have to miss other stuff.
No, and I don't feel guilty for liking them all again. I don't feel like disrespectful to him. Or,
no.
Do you know what I mean? They don't have any negative connotations to him.
Yeah.
So that kind of just feels, I don't know. I think I spent so much of the beginning of this year really struggling. That, and I would just think, why can't I just cope? And I just really wasn't coping. And I just feel a little bit lighter.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like I'm going to moan as much as I did the first half of the year.
Oh, well, that's something, isn't
it? I know. I mean, I'm sure I still will, because it's like a toxic trait, but, I
don't think it will. I think this is the new Bec.
I don't know how long it's sticking around for.
Right. Well,
Christmas is coming, and we all know that that's a shitty time of year. So who knows? I don't know. I don't know what next week is, but
Yeah. Got a funeral and I've got Emily's birthday.
yeah, all in 1 week.
Well, we will get through it like we get through
Do you
everything else.
think, and I think this is just me overanalyzing stuff again, but I think I would kind of feel if I had a funeral on the week of Bradley's birthday, I think I'd almost feel relieved at having the funeral to allow me the space to cry.
I think when I go to Lynn's funeral, I can only say what I think. It'll probably be totally different on the day.
Yeah.
I've already been to another funeral shortly after Emily died at the same crematorium. It was a funeral I arranged for my uncle. And I know Rob really, really struggled. We was going back to the same building. And I didn't feel that. I didn't feel that building. Yeah, Emily was in that building, but it wasn't Emily's building.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Of course.
And I do think when I go next Tuesday to Lynn's funeral, it will be for Lynn. It will be to remember Lynn. And I need to keep it like that.
I don't think there's any need to, but I understand
well, for
what
me,
you're saying.
because I will feel I'm saying goodbye to Lynn.
Yeah. And you want to give Lynn that respect that she deserves on that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Lynn is... She's been over everything. Everything about her illness was compared to Emily's. And, you know, even when she was at Christie's, she said, "Are you okay going to Christie's? I don't want you to come. I've realised how difficult it is for you." And I said, "I offered. I will be with you on your treatment." And Emily loved the place. So, no. I said, "Don't ask me to go to Manchester Children's Hospital because I won't be able to do that. But I can go to Christie's because she loved the place so much." Even then, it was Lynn's treatment. And I was still talking about Emily. Yeah. And still comparing Em's treatment and the treat and how she was cared for at the place. So, yeah, next week is for Lynn. And I know she's with Emily anyway.
Of course.
I do know they're not resting in peace.
No.
There is no way. Lynn is a very, very bad example, and she will be kicking up. She'll be creating trouble.
Bradley will be bloody trying to calm both down. Yeah. He'll be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, he's outnumbered now. He's Brad. They are together. Spoke to them.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And tested them. They've had the test questions, so I know it's them. And yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Then we've got Dancing Queen. She's going into Dancing Queen.
Is she?
Yeah. Okay. There'll be a lot of dancing up there in heaven.
Yeah. Well, me and Simon have both got the day off, so...
Oh, right, you coming?
Yeah.
I didn't want to put you to come all that way. I didn't expect it. I know you said you was going to try and come.
No, we both wanted to come. You know, we both want to do it for Lynn, for you, for us.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, I know Rob will appreciate that.
Yeah, it's important to both of us. So, yeah, we both managed to get the day off. So
brilliant. That's fantastic.
Yeah, we've literally just got the day off, but, you know, we'll come up to you early. I've told Simon he can't be on Simon time. He's got to be on
let's tell him time. The funeral is 11 o'clock. Should we tell Simon it's 10?
Yeah, maybe even 9:30.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think it is on Emily's funeral. It was, I think you're about a 3-hour journey. I think he did it in less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many speeding fines he got, but
yeah,
how many red lights he went through, but you got there.
We did. Yeah. And we managed to park right outside. And I don't quite
the
know.
hearse couldn't get in, but you and Simon were there. That's we couldn't get the coffin through, but no, you were there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What the gate, but never mind.
Yeah, we
So,
did.
looking forward to this weekend. We can talk Room to Grieve. We've got people coming as guests that we can talk about, and we can sort all that
Yes.
out.
I did see that actually.
Chill out.
I don't go in our emails very often, I have to
No.
admit. But I did go in there the other day and saw that you'd lined up a couple of guests. I thought, oh, that'd be good. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And then when there's not a guest, you just have to put up with us too. We've not got Windy and Windy show now. Just
Well, like I said, I'm not sure how long this is lasting, but yeah, I'm enjoying it for now.
enjoy it while it lasts. Don't overanalyze it. Just
I mean,
let's
my
go
boss
with
said
the
to me
flow.
last week, she said, "You're very quiet at the minute. Is everything okay?" And I was like, "You're just obviously super observant, because there are days when, it still does feel a lot. And, hearing about Lynn and that, it did make me a lot quieter, but nobody else around me noticed it. But she did. And I was like,
She's been good in the past, though, hasn't she?
yeah. And
Yeah,
I was like,
she's
how
noticed
very
things
observant
and-
of you. Yeah, she's the only person that's picked up on it. And you feel, I thought I was doing quite well. But that's all part of my choice, just to internalize everything.
Yeah.
And that's just, it seems to be working better for me.
Right.
I used to go through life by just verbalizing everything, because, I don't know, it was a bit like a trauma response. Like when someone dies and you repeat it over and over again, and you tell the same story over and over again.
Yeah.
And they say that that's because that's quite normal, because it's your brain trying to accept that it's happened. I'm very much like that, in that almost my trauma response is just to keep repeating it as a way of accepting it. And I've suddenly come to this realization that I don't need to do that anymore.
Right. That's massive. That's good.
Yeah. So I don't know when the switch will flip back the other way, but
Just don't think about the switch.
no, like I say, I'm just enjoying it for what it is at the minute. It feels very different. It feels lighter. It feels more manageable. I still cry every day. Please don't take that the wrong way, but I don't feel like I'm drowning as much as I was,
Good.
And I think, from what you were saying, as much as it's very sad, it feels very positive, what you were saying about the weekend and stuff.
Mhm.
Like, that needed to happen for you.
Yeah.
And to be able to do that in front of Rob and Niall and prioritise your own feelings, in our families, in our household, that's massive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So well done.
It's not massive when you go through 6 toilet rolls and there's none left in the house on a Sunday night at 10:30. Nobody have a poo.
Well, you said Emily had loads of socks.
Yeah. Never thought that.
I'm gross.
Oh.
And on that note,
Well, you've been up since 2:30 this morning, and it's now, what time is it now? 8:30 at night. I think you need to get to bed.
yeah, I do. Yeah, I just need to sort my sleep cycle out a little bit better.
Yeah.
But yeah. Right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
thank you for listening to us. Thanks for putting up with us. We should really be a bit more professional and ask people, because we're 4 subscribers off out of 2,000.
Are we?
Yes. Yeah. So don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Share.
Yeah. Share
Let's
us with
get
other
to
people.
2,000. I'd love the figures. Means nothing. Means absolutely nothing. But
Yeah, it makes you happy.
makes me happy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. And yeah,
Grab yourself a cuppa
find a comfortable spot.
and we'll journey through grief
Do
together.
Thank you.
Thank you.